Hi there, it's Sarah here with a video for Grafix Arts. And today I'm going to be playing with some of the fabulous products I've got on my desk. I'm in particular starting to make a little art journal. But I want to make a circular art journal. So I'm going to have a play with the 6x6 mixed media journal kit because it's a great way of trying out some of the various substrates from Grafix Arts and getting a feel for what you can do with them. But I want to turn these pages into circular pages, and then we've got the discs that will enable us to bind those pages together. So I'm going to use this as my base for my journal. But I'm also planning to do some stenciling, use some of the fantastic Dura-lar prints, the kind of transparencies, both matte and clear. So I want to use some these are great for using for focal points and the imagery on our journal pages. I'll be using the Artist-tac as a way of adhering my wonderful transparencies to the page, and also I'm planning on doing a little bit of masking, so I'll be using the Frisket Film too. So what I'm going to do first is just put some circular pages together. I'll show you how I do that, and then we'll look at putting the first layout together in our little circle art journal. Okay, so I've got the pages from the 6x6 mixed media journal kit out in front of me. You can see they come in a range of different substrates, so you can really play and experiment with the different surfaces that graphics offer and get a feel for how you can incorporate them into your journal making too. So you've got chipboard, you've got matte Dura-lar, clear in different weights, black and white, and they come with a handy disc binding tabs already cut into them, and with the discs in the kit as well, so you're able to put your pages together super easily. Now I want to cut my pages to form a circle journal, and I could die cut them straight out of the page, out of the Dura-lar, but what I want to do is retain four of the tabs, four of the kind of disc tabs, and have as much of the surface available to work on as I can. So what I think I'm going to do here is use the die but to draw around and make sure I retain as much of the tab space, so I've got a good area to bind my pages together with. Now I'm going to use just a Stabilo wall pencil, but a kind of permanent marker, anything will do. And I'm going to measure just 1 centimetre in, just above both the top and bottom of my four disc slots. And I'm not really much of a measurer outer, if truth be told, so I really don't mind if my pages, when I put them all together, end up being a bit wonky, bit different shapes. I like things that hang outside of my journal, so having them all absolutely precise isn't that important to me. But you can see I've got my 2 lines here, and then I will put my circle die so it's sitting within the page, and we'll just draw around the inside of the die, but obviously it will connect with each of those lines, and that will provide me with the template for cutting my page. So I'm going around the inside. I'm just going to cut that out with some scissors, and then I'll be back in a second. So I've cut out my pages, and in fact, once you've done the first one, you can use that as a template and cut around it for your others. And I've got a page stuck down with some masking tape to this black card, just really so hopefully you can see what I'm doing, and I can put it to one side to dry. But I've got a page here of the clear Dura-lar, you can see it there, that I'm going to do some stenciling over the top of. So the masking tape will hold my page down, but it will also protect the disc tabs down the side here, which I don't really want to get filled with medium, so it's a dual purpose. And I've got one of our stencils, Funky Fossil stencils here, is Brushstroke Birds, And I'm going to, and again, I've got it just lightly taped down to make sure that I can move around without the pages following me. And I'm going to use some Tacky when dry gel medium from the Crafters Workshop. I'm going to pull that through the stencil, and it will ultimately, it will dry clear, but it will dry tacky, and we'll be able to put some gilding flakes over the top. So that'll create a beautiful layer in our journal, because it will be something we can see through, but which also has dimension and texture in its own right. And that's what the Dura-lar is so good for, taking these mediums but still giving you the opportunity to build your layers. So taking my gel medium onto a palette knife and just pulling it through. I can't really now see where my page is, so I'm just going to cover as much of the stencil as I can. And we'll need to set this to one side because it takes a little bit of time to dry, and particularly given the Dura-lar itself is non-porous, you just need to let your medium air dry in its own time. So you can see how milky it is. We've got those beautiful birds onto that page. So I'm going to wash my stencil, let the gel medium dry, and we'll come back to that when it's clear and we can apply the gilding flakes over the top. So while I'm waiting for my gel medium to dry, I'm going to start building the page. It's going to sit underneath our transparent layer. I've already got alcohol inks on this bright white Dura-lar page, so I thought this would be a good one to use. And what I've done ahead of time is just die cut a circle from the Frisket film, and I put that on the page, slightly offset. We're just going to knock a little bit of this surrounding area back with a bit of acrylic paint and a bit of stenciling. And I'm going to use some buff titanium, because these are quite earthy colours, quite grungy, kind of mushroomy browns, olivey greens. So I'm thinking, don't want to go in with anything too bright white at this point. You can see I'm just starting where the film is and dabbing with a cosmetic sponge, dabbing the paint outwards. This is going to kind of soften the area around the circle that we've got masked off. Just kind of move my sponge around a little bit to give some kind of slightly more uneven marks. You could go across the whole area if you wanted to knock all of it back, or as I'm doing here, really just kind of focus that paint around the actual circle mask itself. So I think that's going to give us a little bit of variation. Let's add some stenciling as well. So this is our code stencil from Funky Fossil. I'm not going to add it all over, but I just like the kind of the numbers, still with the buff titanium, dabbing the cosmetic sponge through the stencil. Try not to get too much paint on your sponge at the point where you're applying it, just to keep your stenciling crisper, if that's what you like, if that's your style. A lot of this is going to get covered up, but it's another nice layer to add to our alcoholic background. Just adding a little bit more around the bottom here. Okay, so if we take our film off. Hopefully we should be able to see a difference between the painted background and the still very vibrant alcohol inks. So it's a subtle look, but it just makes a bit of a difference on your page. So I thought the stenciling in titanium buff was just a little bit flat, so I did exactly the same process as I showed you before over the top of the previous stenciling, but with some black. And I really like the kind of cool drop shadow it gives as well. So that's just given the stencil background a little bit more impact. I've gone around the aperture that we masked off with some Stabilo all pencil and just gave that a little touch of water because it's water reactive and it works on pretty much any surface. So Dura-lar works great for that pencil. So I've got my background and I'm planning to add this fine gentleman from the Dura-lar Prints to it. This one is one printed on the matte. It comes in both matte and clear in the pack. I just love how quirky he is. So what I'm going to do is speed up this bit of the video while I add some colour to the back of him with some acrylic paint, and then we'll see how he looks laid over the top of this background. So our butterfly gentleman looks very nice with his painted background, and I'm going to adhere him to the journal page using Artist-tac because it's fantastic for the kind of clear or more transparent mediums. It's kind of dry adhesive dots in a sheet form. So I've already stuck down and cut out my focal point, and now I can just peel the backing off, she says optimistically. There we go. And pop him where I want to on the page. No need to wait for anything wet to dry. I've also got a word art from one of the transparencies from the Dura-lar Prints. Those sheets of prints have got so many images on, and they provide kind of really a real variety of designs. So we can put art sitting on his shoulder here. And I'm thinking we could even add some specks. Make it quite fun, wouldn't it? So this is again from the Dura-lar Prints. See, you can kind of mix and match between the sets and come up with your own variations. So this is I'm using now the kind of the transparent one rather than the matte. So we'll cut. I'll figure out. We'll cut around the edge of the circular page. And I think really all I'm going to do now is just go back in with some white highlights to bring out the word and a few highlights, maybe give him a bit of pinstripe on his suit. So I'm going to do that and then I'll come back in just a sec. Right, as a finishing touch on this page, I'm just going to add a little bit of stitching because I do love to stitch, and I love the fact that you can stitch onto the Dura-lar as well. So all I've got here is an awl, which is kind of a bookbinding tool, but just using it to kind of puncture the holes in the page. And I'm just going to go for some kind of wonky stitches, but just accentuating that circle that we created and leading the eye down towards the sentiment and the focal image. So simply, I've got the whole, I'm using embroidery floss, and I'm using all 6 strands of the cotton, just so that the stitching will have a good amount of texture and visibility, because it's quite a busy background. And it's as simple as that. Just going to do these last few stitches, and then I think our overlay will be ready for our gilding flakes. So we've got our layout pretty much done there. I really like how that's looking, and now comes the really fun part. So you remember at the beginning of the video we put some tacky when dry gel medium over some of the clear Dura-lar through a stencil, and you can see how clear that has dried, but it's now still tacky, so we're going to use some gilding flakes over the top to give us a dimensional design as a clear layer. So I've got some gilding flakes here. I'm using some by Indigo Blue. This is Chariot Fire, which is a kind of fairly solid gold, and this is messy, so just brace yourselves for having, just definitely have some paper underneath your surface, so you can pick up all those stray flakes, and they will fly around the room if you let them. So this is one not to do in a well ventilated area. I'm just gonna sprinkle the flakes over where I know there is the gel, the tacky surface. And what I'm going to do really is, once we've got the area covered, you kind of start to burnish it with your fingers just slightly, just to make sure you've got the areas that you want or that need to be covered by the flakes with those adhered. Then I'm going to speed it up, and you can see how I just burnish the flakes away to reveal the design. So here we have it. We've got our gorgeous golden overlay layer page, and our fabulously quirky gentleman behind that you can see peeking through from beneath that clear layer. I love using clear layers in my journal just to create a little bit of interest and get people wanting to flip through to the next page. You can see I put the discs through, and that's the joy of the disc binding, is that I could decide to change this up and rearrange the order of my pages in the journal as I develop it further. For example, I've used exactly the same technique, but here with one of our stencils called Vintage Ornate, and that could well be a page that I use on top of the gentleman instead of the bird. So I've got choices as I go through. I really hope you've enjoyed the video today, and join me again soon when I'll be building up more pages and elements in my circular journal. And in the meantime, check out all the fabulous inspiration and designs from other artists working with graphics arts. See you again soon. Bye for now.